Hey guys, we're here with Radiant Clean. Today we're doing another roof in Tampa. And you can see she's pretty dirty. Let me come over here. Got some pretty dirty spots there. So fortunately this one has some gutters. So we put on the gutter bags. We use these long plastic tubes that we can cut and then tie on one end that goes over the gutter and catches the runoff. We still will do spraying around the house just to, account for any overspray or whatever. But we're gonna climb up on the roof and do an initial inspection. All right, you can see she's pretty dirty. We're not doing this back part back here. They had asked us to not do that. Probably because of those skylights. Those are in pretty bad shape. So we'll just be doing this part. Neighbors need a roof cleaning too. This side isn't quite as bad. There's some dirty spots over there, but you can definitely see where the coverage from the trees causes a lot of that growth, the mold and mildew, and really loves the shady areas, shady wet areas. Looks like they had some repairs there. All right, well, we're gonna get the water filled, start doing a pre-wetting of the area, and then get cleaning. So we're going to use probably about a 5%, at least on this side, and some of these dirtier areas. We might be able to dial it back to 4% SH, but we'll see how it goes. Dante's getting ready to do the pre-wetting, but we'll get the hoses pulled and get started. Talk to you in a bit. Dante's putting down the water. We're gonna get started. Start on the back, work our way forward. Like I said, I got this on about 5% right now. This chimney. And you can see that color change. I love that. I love seeing it change like that. I just applied that and it's already changing. So I don't have my surfactant very high right now. I'm kind of low on it. And you can see the difference. It's kind of running off a little bit more than usual. So, but my surfactant order was delayed, so that's not coming until actually later today. So we might end up using a little more bleach than we would typically use, but it's not the end of the world. A I'll let that slide down a little bit. You see, we're not going crazy with the application. We're just, I'm just slowly spraying it so we can utilize some of that runoff in our favor. So otherwise, it just goes into the gutter. This part is particularly dirty. We're probably gonna end up having to come back and hit that one section again. It's pretty dirty, but we'll let it work for in the meantime. Look at that color change already. We're trying to rush to beat the rain today. I'd like to give this a chance to dry before the rain hits it. Yeah, that's lightening up over there. I'll probably have to hit it again, but we'll see. Make sure you get that, yeah. See how quickly that changes color. It's pretty dark. Looks like they had some repairs over here. hose is starting to go on me. I need a new one here soon. These gone through a couple different pressure hoses lately. I think it's just poor quality. This one's lasted for me about 7 months, so that's a pretty good run for considering all the chemicals going through it. These hoses aren't cheap though. They run anywhere from $200 to $300, so I try to usually have at least one backup. That's much better than when we started. Now we're going over this a second time, even though this stuff is probably dead and continuing to die. And I'm just making sure that we hit it. So, that way I don't have to come back. See a couple of these little spots that need a little extra love. Alright guys, just finishing up on this roof here in Tampa. It's looking significantly better. That section was literally black when we first did it. So that will continue to lighten up as the sun activates it. So we wanted to try to crank it out here before the rain hits. It's supposed to rain. So, and since I showed you guys last time, let's see how much bleach we used. Let's see if we can tell. We used about 35 gallons. So that was a pretty dirty roof. I had to go over sections of it a couple times. So I used about 35 gallons of 12% SH, throwing it on it, 5% mix. So, all right, guys, we're gonna roll up our hoses and we're gonna get out of here before the rain hits. We'll talk to you later. Bye.